John, we wanted to stand up to see your outfit of tonight. Your outfit.
All right, how I did
Because
this. So,
we know
so
say you're a fashionista, John FX. So.
we can't get it right. A blue suit pants,
Yes, your suit
pants and
pants
shoes.
with us. Make sure you record it. Yeah, because I know say you are a fashionista,
Oh
John FX.
man,
Yes.
just try my best. I
Yeah,
try
of
my best.
course. Nothing no wrong with
That's the
that.
least we can do.
Exactly.
Mr. Cummins, that's Dr. Cummins right there.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yes,
So,
yes.
okay, so let me see. Casey's gonna come on too. Okay. We're waiting for Casey to come on. So in the meantime, yeah, who's the man? It
It was
has
the man.
yes,
Look who's the man
yeah.
now. Yes, look who's the man right now, right now.
24K on
Mhm.
TikTok. Big up to
20.
Casey. Big up
It's probably
yourself.
up
Yeah.
29 now.
29 now, John. Yeah,
Wow.
Than
on
24
TikTok.
hours.
Yeah,
On TikTok alone.
yeah, man. That's the place to break the records.
Yeah, and Nesbeth said him want get new phone because his phone cannot stop
Oh,
ringing.
good, 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 good.
And the video and the music video is not released yet.
You know, come here.
No.
Rachel.
So can you imagine? And as Nesbeth said earlier, he said DJs who never used to link him before is now running after him for the song. How come they don't get the song yet? But guys, the
Yeah.
emails are coming, the email blasts are coming, everything is
Wow.
coming. Just
And this
give us
is good.
yeah.
This forum is good. It is very, very good. You know what I mean? I like when women do things. Cause this is like I've never seen this before. Detail.
Yeah.
It's fresh. It's new. Yeah. It's when women get involved in things, things always work. You know what I
Thank
mean?
you.
I always say women
Thank
make the
you.
best managers
Hey.
because they will answer the phone at 3 a.m. in the morning. Guys not gonna do it. Guys have too much ego for that. Oh man, so nobody, you know, so much busy with my family and this and
Right.
that.
Yeah. So,
Okay, see.
I'm very, very
John the
excited,
man.
Yeah. John is the man, of course. And Nesbeth was talking a little bit about the video. I said about Nesbeth, me see in a
Link.
private jet.
Yeah. Oh God. Casey really went in on that
Ah,
she just wanted to make it different and not
Yeah.
the typical things that she really did it. Most people would green screen it or splice it or find some other way. We were literally at the place with the jet taking off. Like, wow. Just a music video. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's big.
So how
That
do
is
you
big.
guys feel that, the song just released today and it's
Mm-hmm.
already making such a huge impact. Like everybody can't wait for the music video. Everybody wants the song like right now. Like how do you guys feel?
Casey, go
John
first and
you.
then I'll tell you. Yeah.
What, ladies before gentlemen?
Yeah, yeah. Like,
Um,
Yes, see?
blessed. God is good.
mm-hmm.
We have a good team. The artist is workable, the producer, John, and everyone that's a part of the team has been, tremendously wonderful. We pulled together and, it's teamwork.
Yeah.
I can't take glory or I can't take credit for anything, honestly.
Yeah.
It's a team effort.
Yeah, man. Together, man, we work well together. It's a very good team, and to
Thank you,
see
Teleflex.
a song release, because I've seen Lenny Kravitz have an album right now, right?
Yeah.
The album was in pre-order since October last year. When you see him go viral and doing this thing, his album is gonna be released March 15th,
Wow.
and he's given this thing so much time pre-order and leading up to it. So with this to me, this is the way he's supposed to release records. I mean, Casey came up with the thing and she says, let's put it out. Let's do the launch. Let's
Right.
talk about it. Let's do it. And I was like, wow, that's the right way to release it. So, I don't know how to feel. You know what I mean? I'm grateful
Yeah.
to be a part of the project. I want to see how God is gonna just make this thing work. As it did everything.
And
Yeah. So
people
yeah.
love the
Mhm.
rhythm. like John FX did his thing,
and
like
and then
with his
I
eyes
can't I have
closed.
to tell you
I
guys the
don't know
truth.
how with his eyes closed.
So what happens is even in the production of the track, I got the vocals from Nesbeth, KACEY sent the vocal and stuff. But then when I finished making it, the guy will mix it, made it even just so tremendous. He's like I think 4 Grammys, Jimmy Douglas. He's
Oh,
mixed
okay.
Alia,
Big,
he's mixed
big.
all the hip hop stuff. And when reggae goes to the Billboard chart, he's one who mixed Temperature, Sean Paul, Jimmy Douglas. Check him out, all the
Wow.
Timberland, all JT stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a whole professional thing. I did my thing, and
Yeah.
then the professional touch went on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, that's a good thing right
Wow.
there. So we look
Wow.
forward to see
Congratulations.
what's gonna happen with this record.
Yeah, John pulled the team together with the mixes, and it was amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
and I want to see what it will. We could have used one of our engineers in Jamaica, but
Yeah.
I said, what happens if we use like a professional 7-time Grammy Award winning
Yeah.
guy that jays everybody? What will let's see what happens. I'm excited to see what will happen
Yeah.
with this record. You know what I mean? Yeah, these things are all necessary. I used to say to people in our world, I say, yeah man, let's put out a song man and blah blah. But I've seen where sometimes you just missed the mark. Sometimes you didn't dot the I, you didn't cross the T. And then you need detailed person like Kerryann, you need KACEY, people like that. We're like, no man, I could
Yeah.
try something what the professionals do. It can
Right.
cost a little penny,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It can cost a
Tell them
little bit.
again.
And
But
Tell
the
them
artist
again.
too, John, working with
yeah,
the artist. Not every
yeah,
artist is bendable,
yeah,
Right.
and
yeah,
humble to work with.
yeah.
Like this is a different breed of artist. Like
Yeah.
he's like really down to earth, humble.
He doesn't even he
It's
doesn't even raise his
different.
voice.
You
Nesbeth
don't
don't
you
even
don't
raise his
get them
voice.
like
Right.
that.
Yeah.
Him just
You don't
cool
get them
and calm.
like
Him
yeah.
don't even raise
Yeah.
his voice. And when I heard it, I thought he was smoking. All the time I hear him talking, I just think he was just maybe high, and then I'm
Never
gonna get the real him one day.
smoke, never drink.
No smoke, no drink at all. I said so. It does. We do have these
Yeah.
people in our Jamaican community. Decent people still
Yes.
exist. You know what I mean? So I was like, well, you know what I mean? This have to be a thing. And if whatever happens, we give thanks that we even come together
Yeah.
and we'll make it work well. And just following the playbook.
Right.
I hope other people follow the playbook with this
Yeah.
record right here.
Yeah. And I want to say congratulations to KXN because this is your first project.
Yes,
And
congrats.
listen,
Yes.
listen, 24K this morning, and now it's 29.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
John, you ready, John?
Yeah, man, I'm ready long time.
You ready,
Long, long,
KC?
long, long time.
We
Yes.
know said
Yes.
Nesbeth ready already,
We
you
are.
know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
Let's get
All
ready.
Yes.
everything was leading up to this point. You know what I mean? And there is a correct way to release music. I hope to maybe have KACEY and one of the seminars in Kerry because I'm doing it
Okay.
locally. And this is one of the playbooks that I'm going to mention there. Like, this is how you release records.
Right.
You get your stuff mixed properly. It have to be no bag of money.
Right.
Yeah.
Because there's people in our community that can mix good. But I just prefer a professional touch that I can trust consistently. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? The video crew, like a film team. Movie
Yeah.
people I saw there on the set when I was there. And again, KACEY did her research. I told her something that I know she did her own research. She found the distribution. I woke up in my email. I see an email confirmation from the publishing TuneCore that
Wow.
John, please confirm your splits. I mean,
Wow.
doing stuff like this, in case did that. Doing stuff like this is magnificent,
Yes.
and nobody complains. 'Cause this is the beginning of the thing, and it's all that cross T. This is what the commercial people do. You
Yes.
never hear Ed Sheeran or somebody cursing out the label or whatever, saying, "Oh, me never get paid. I'm a blah blah blah." Cause these things are done, you
Right.
know what I mean, initially. So let's
Yeah.
see how this turns out. Yeah, it should be very, very well. I
Yeah.
see it doing very, very well.
And we know KACEY is a business minded woman, business minded female.
Yes. Start
So
out.
she does her research
Thank you.
and
Mhm.
yes.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
Hmm.
it's a thing, and I want to
Everything.
keep inviting
Yeah.
more women
Yeah.
into the business to change the face of what the world kind of don't really like reggae right now. That it's so man
Yeah.
based and it's so
Yeah.
Crazy.
egotistical. And and some of the women that are there over the years, they don't do the proudest things. You know what I mean?
Right.
So a new face, fresh, but more women, because women still have that delicacy and the detail. You know what I mean? Even keeping an event, even looking at your house. It's normally the woman that deliver, decorate the place and make it look a certain way so the children can be nice and have a nice place to run up inside of. You know what I mean? So when that woman touches there, you can see. If you see my house, my bachelor part, when I'm there, don't look so nice. But when a woman is there, you don't care how much money I spend.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'll Gucci this, Gucci that, Gucci that, get that. But a woman know that you don't need that. You
Right.
go to Bath and Body Works, you could go here and drop a little thing here, go Macy's, buy a little rug and give it a look. So this is what I see with the music, which is like, okay, let's do this, let's do that. And it's detailed and it's clean. You know,
Yes.
and professional.
Right.
So
Plus,
we
you know
will,
the ins and out too, John. Not
yeah,
everyone know the ins and out, man. I'm
yeah.
at class,
Oh man.
music class.
Oh man. And the thing is, I learned a lot too from her method because she's a business brain.
Yes.
So her method of doing things, video shoot, I'm expecting to be there at 1 o'clock. I'm expecting that they're gonna start at 3 o'clock. At 1 o'clock, they're there. They're there
Right.
at 12:30, and she's there walking around. You know what I mean? Everybody's there. It's detailed. And I was like, wow, this is what the other world of people do all the time.
Yes.
All right, that's where I take my notes. I got some learning experiences too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I took my notes too and I said, yes, yes, yes. This playbook is gonna be great moving forward. And I look
Yes.
forward to everything that's gonna happen, you know.
True. So
Yeah.
tell us, tell the audience, how was it working with, because I did put out that little video of our kids that, oh, I didn't come here to work. So tell us, how was it on the scene doing the music video? Because
Casey, you
It
want to go ahead?
it was pretty smooth. It's a production team that we use, so it's
okay.
not like a person. It's a whole team of people, and it was good, well put together, well coordinated, and very smooth. Right, John, you were there.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
what
yeah.
what were your thoughts?
So when I was there, when I see the camera and the track thing, like the movie thing, I see the guy has the thing around his waist, big, heavy, $1 million looking camera, and it's him there with a team there, and I was like, wow, this just looks so professional. I feel like I'm going to set up a
Yeah.
movie. And again, it's not the money; it's just that quality tend to cost. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And you really get what you maybe pay for. So I was there; they were professional. They just waved to me. And when they finish, that's when they come and talk to me. They didn't stop what they were doing. Oh, wow, blah, blah, blah. It was clean, cut. You know what I mean? A guy on a golf cart took us there on the set. You know what I mean? Because it was there live on the thing. And they were very professional in everything that they did. You know what I mean? I'm like,
Hmm.
that makes a difference. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
does make a difference. You know what I mean? Because then I could tell that they're also paying attention to details. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And that's where professionalism comes in. Because sometimes you'll
Yeah.
miss something. Many times you see videos, the camera is shaking and this and that. They focus so much on the effects that they're going to do in the editing. And with the camera team and the crew, they got the balance, this, the the thing on the track and the thing. You can tell that that's going to give them less
Yeah.
work to do when they're finished doing what they're doing
Hmm.
there. Yeah, so that's one of the things. That's just the video,
Right.
Yeah.
but I think the entire project was done professionally. You know what I mean? We had uh discussion of the mixes and says, hey, mastering don't really sound so blah blah blah, and it don't really, you know what I mean? We go
Yeah.
back again and the engineer revised it and sent us what we all wanted to hear.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And I know sometimes I'm dealing with somebody from our island. Like, yo, the thing done already, man. I'm done. And the ego comes in. You know what I
Right.
mean? But I said, we're working with this guy. He tells me when he's mixing for Jay-Z or whoever, sometimes he does like 15 revisions on a
Oh,
mix.
okay.
Or Pharrell. Pharrell is very picky. You know what I mean? Jimmy.
Yeah.
And then he was just, okay, cool. And when he, being this big guy, send a voice note back about the video, he's
We
like,
were
yo, this is a
Oh,
excited.
smash. You know what I mean?
wow.
He's like, this is a
Yes.
smash. And I've been mixing with him for quite some time. I didn't never tell me that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I seen that, he's like, this is a smash. I was like, yo, KC, we got something. I said, Nesbeth, we have something here. And he's, sending it out to his people because this is another world. You know what I mean? And that's what happens when you make good
Yeah.
music.
Yeah.
You know? You ever ask yourself, Bob Marley's stuff just came up now,
Mm-hmm.
right? And a lot of people, congrats to the Marley family and everybody, the One Love movie, the premiere, everything. But there's some parts, some moving parts in the making of Bob Marley, not the moving of his career.
Yes.
There's Chris Blackwell. There is let him again, Jobson,
Yeah.
Miss Jobson. There's Don Taylor, who got shot for Bob Marley. And
Yeah.
the Blackwells and things, Blackwell released Bob Marley like he was releasing a UB40 all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
people say, oh, Trim Brown. No, it's because the things was done a certain way. So KC took the playbook and the blueprint and like, I'm going to release Nesbeth as professionally. This is my first home run, and I'm gonna
Yes.
do it as professionally as possible. There's sometimes when I was like, man, you sure you just want to cut the corner and just skip the step? I'm coming in with the guy
Right.
thing. It's like, no, John, not this one. Just let me get it fully organic and thing. And when she said it, I was like, man, I gotta step back and appreciate that.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
So, and that's what working a team. And for people listening, there's a way to have a discrepancy. I used to debate Jamaica at Arden, and you can argue, but you can argue in a respectful way. One of the main things when somebody's talking, you just don't talk. You don't care how pissed off you are. You know what I mean? And you can get yeah, man. Just let
Yeah.
them talk, and you can shout as well that yo, me what I say no, what me I say. You can do that all day long. And even if you can do that, it shows that I'm willing to work together. Our relationships are built, marriages,
Yes.
friendships. I've seen people that have friendships for 30 odd years, 40 odd years. I was like, how do they do this? And it's this kind of reciprocal thing. I'm not chat to you right now, don't hang up no phone. In marriages, they say don't go to your bed angry.
Right.
You know what I mean? And this is that thing where whatever problem is said, I could see when Nesbeth one of the time and he said, I don't really like that thing there, FX. I know you're a professional guy and everything, but this is how I do my thing. And we're like, all right, let's work together and make sure all of us meet on the ground. So stuff do happen, you
Yes.
know, but it's oh yeah, handle
That's
it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yes.
I could see God blessing the project because
Yeah.
everyone is work together in such a loving, delicate way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why people talk about dancehall and Afrobeat and blah blah. One of the things that is missing is the delicacy of
Yes.
it. I can tell people this thing. I know two major Afrobeat artists. They don't get along, and they never go on the internet and talk about each other. The two
Yeah.
biggest ones. You know what I mean? And they don't talk about each other, and they don't get along right
Wow.
now to this day.
You see?
You know, but they have such a professionalism with it. So it's not about the thing and oh, me go talk with my mind and my feel. We're a very strong tribe, and we
Yes.
come from a clash culture. You know what I mean? And I recognize that not everything has to be like that because our clashes, we're not ready to clash anymore. Because when we start hitting people on the stage and things like that, Supercat and them had issues over the years. Being my boss
Yeah.
had issues, but they
Yeah.
just never went there. We
Right.
went there like 15 years
Yeah.
ago. They're not even talking about what's happening now. We went there a long time. And from we went there, it's a thing. We don't know how to argue. So the thing is, we should not argue right now. So in music, we work together. When I see Casey is a person where she said, affects me here, but me not agree with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's an honest thing. And
Yeah.
Nesbeth have a calm, soft way of
Yes.
sharing his opinion that he's that to him. So, well, I don't really too. I know, but I'm very rogue. My opinions are very rogue. And
Yeah.
if you never heard them before, you're like, this guy is crazy. You know what I mean? But it's
Right.
because I live in another world and I've seen how the world that they don't talk about in
Yeah.
TV. I understand how it works and thing. And when I introduce it, it's still foreign to everyone. And then I still have to step back and say, well, I see how they learn it too. I see how Nesbitt experienced it. He had his hit on his own when he explained me what he did. I was like, wow, that is good. And then I've seen Casey in her world of finances and trading. She put out her book. Congrats,
Yes.
Thank you.
Casey, on the new book. Go and get
You.
Casey's new book. By the way, it's a book on trading, right, Casey?
Yes.
Yeah, trading and stuff
Parts.
like that.
Yeah.
Forex trading. It's a very good book. I posted it. I posted again. So
Thank you.
she's an expert in her field. She's an expert in his field, and I consider myself as
Right.
somebody. You know what I mean?
You're
And
an
when we come
expert
together, we
in the
meet at a
field.
place.
Yes.
In school, they got a thing called a Venn diagram that we study in school. It's these circles, and then where all these things come together. But the middle of the circle is the answer, is the point, is the place where we can be like, okay, we meet here with all our things, and we should have some great results. You know what I mean? In a format
And we're
like
seeing
this.
great results already because
Yes,
the
yes, yes,
numbers,
yes.
yeah,
Yeah, moving. Yeah, man.
yeah, the
I think
numbers
so. It can be
going.
done.
Yeah.
People say, "Oh, reggae this and dance all this." This is the guy who had a hit. Who is a
Yeah.
big reggae artist. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He was honored by the government and things like that. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember when he told me Cardi B was dancing to his first record.
Yeah.
And I seen it. I was like, wow. So I sent it over to their team and like, yeah, that's the real thing. You know what I mean? I was like, this is big.
Yeah.
It's just like, how do we make it work? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We make it work by being reasoning with each
Yeah.
other. Forget about money.
Right.
You need to say, boy, I don't have any money. What's the correct way to release a record without money?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Without being able to pay for the mixes or whatever. Oh, Nico just joined right here. Congrats to Nico is there. Nico is multiple Grammy Award winning. By the way, guys,
Okay.
Nico is the one that mixed the Soulja
Oh,
album. And he's Jamaican.
really?
Nico right here
Okay.
that just joined on the list. So I mean,
Hi,
you know what I mean?
Nico.
Hi, Nico. Hi,
Yeah. So
house.
he's my next option of engineers that I
Yeah.
would go for. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Sam Rick, how are you, kid? You know, so the thing is, I recognize that the professionalism does exist. If you don't have any money, people listening, and you want to mix from a top guy, you can even offer him some publishing.
Right.
There's barter systems, there's ways to work around
Yeah.
getting certain things happening. You know what I mean? Because you want to have the quality. Imagine you go into the Grammys for some strange, you get nominated. What would you do? You may be begging all the money. You beg your mother, a dressmaker, to make a little suit for you.
Yeah.
As best as they can, you make sure it done properly, you know the camera's gonna zoom in. If you can't afford that $10,000 Dolce and Gabbana suit. So there's ways of doing it, but with ego, you won't be able to see it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Butler just joined the group right there. Butler introduced Cartel to Bounty, and the rest is
Oh,
history. That's in the song, by the way. So that's
wow.
Butler who brought, you know what I mean? So there are
Mm-hmm.
people that I know that have done the work, and they're here even to attest to what we talk about here. But there is a correct way. Do everything.
Yes.
You know what I mean? If it's real estate, if you're homeless, there's a way to build yourself up. You build up your credit, do what you're doing. But music have a correct method.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
every hit song I see backup song that just hit. They don't mix good, they don't this, they don't that, you know that. But that don't happen 100 times. You know what I mean? That doesn't even happen 10 times
Yeah.
on one album. It's one
True.
time God will grace you with that song. Like you hit
Yeah.
that thing. You
Yeah.
hit a lotto or you hit a jackpot at a casino. You get grace a song. But for the most part, there's a playbook and a professionalism. That's how things should be done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Or
yeah, and I
mhm.
know I saw on your page that you're gonna be having
Yeah,
classes for like
I'm gonna have a
upcoming
seminar.
artists.
It's my first one. I'll do one up in Casey's place in DC
Oh,
Yeah.
because I've gotten requests. I've had the request for
BNB.
years, you know. But there comes a time when God is like, do it now. You know what I
yes.
mean? So I said, well, no. Instead of me keeping all this information in my head, I was like, let me share it with some people. I'll have an open question and answer. Ask me anything. You know what I mean? Even ask me about myself. Hey, is it true that I heard that you did this and I heard you did that? Because I do research on myself.
Yes.
And I've heard good things and I've heard not so good things. But the not so good things, I'm willing to explain every single scenario. So,
Right.
you know, this happened, that happened, I did it, I had to do this because of blah blah. This is a misunderstanding. But transparency with respect
Yes.
is very, very important. So that's what the seminar is. It's a true playbook. Stuff that you maybe wouldn't hear about. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because most people are driven by the monetary stuff. I understand money. It's a great tool. It's a hammer. You can use it to build.
Mm-hmm.
I can use it to destroy.
Right.
So I'd like to show people the stuff not based on what they're gonna pay or what anything like that. This is stuff that my experiences that brought me here. I'm not keeping some of it in the corner because
Right.
of what you may be paying or what you don't have or you know what I mean. It's just a playbook where you could follow it. You know what I mean. I look at it as any great book that was the book was up there. You can go get the book. You can even be given the book.
Right.
The Bible, the Quran, the Torah. There's ways for people to learn. You
Right.
know what I mean? You give them the thing, the tool, and then see what they would do
Yeah.
for it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So
Mhm.
Dr. K and John, so are we gonna have, since you have a trading book, are we gonna have a music book coming now?
Yeah, the book is on its way. I'm actually doing the book
I know.
simultaneously. That was my secret formula. I was hoping to
Oh,
drop it
wow.
the day of
Amazing.
the launch.
See?
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
however it is, it's more an index. Like you go to chapter one,
Yeah.
publishing, chapter two, mixing and mastering. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Wow.
And things like that. You know,
You see?
and it's something
I
where
learned firsthand,
yeah.
well, from both the artist and the
Mhm.
producer. So
Yeah.
I'm great. I'm actually honored,
Yeah. Oh God, I'm
that
honored to
yeah
see
they
you.
choose
Right.
me to work
Yeah.
with me. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So This is how we plan to move forward. Reggae didn't go anywhere. You know, oh, reggae is dying and blah blah. The thing is, the current form of the music doesn't. The current form of our music, the young music that's coming up, it doesn't have any elements of the reggae music that we grew up on. But the world still do it. But
Yeah.
it's unfortunate that is maybe the white looking people that still love it and embrace it.
Yeah.
Give you a caveat. When I start traveling to US is when I really start paying attention to ska and rocksteady. Because growing up in Jamaica, you know, we love our R&B, you know what I mean, and thing.
Yeah.
You know, we love our R&B and thing that's we always try to do different things. A big up Butler, you know, and we always stay away from what we're used to. But when you leave from the island and you look at it from a bird's eye view, you can see the overview of it. And wow, this thing that we're a part of is so big. There's a Bob Marley, there is
Yeah.
Usain Bolt, there is Dennis Brown. There's just this little tiny place, you know, the sports, the thing. It's a wonderful, impressive thing. You know what I mean? This guy just said, no bass line, no drum line, Joe
Oh,
Thomas. And
Joe.
that's something I'll get into.
Yeah.
Hey,
Because I know when I tend to add
Jojo.
when I tend to add some drums or any elements of the thing, the youngsters pull back. I even seen it in hip hop too,
Yeah.
where they'll pull back. But what people gotta remember is the 90s dancehall that we so love. All those ragamuffin and telephone love, all that is drum machine. You didn't know that?
Yes.
But hear
Yeah.
the trick. All the berries too. The difference is the guys that were playing it, they were actually musicians.
Oh.
So you can see a video on the internet with Steele and Clevie making the doom, 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 the duck rhythm and stuff like that. So he's on the drum machine keyboard, and then Steele is on the drum machine, the DX7. And then he's on the Casio $100 keyboard. Still, they call it Are You Kidding keyboard.
Yeah.
But these guys are musically trained, so they know how to make the digital sound smooth and palatable still. So it don't have nothing to do with what people think. It's just, again, people partaking in the music, most of them are just like maybe like hustlers trying to clean their money. You know, that's just the facts. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? A guy will buy a rhythm. He's not in it for the love of the thing. He's just in it to just eat our food and get some girls. You know what I mean?
I guess so.
So it's sad. That's what it is. You know what I
Right.
mean? There's few people like me who are passionate about it and not bitter. Because most
Right.
people that are passionate, they're very bitter. Oh, the thing that on them go around the thing, I'm never get no publishing. And I believe in the law of
Right.
creation. You create what you get. The Bible mentioned it. All the great books mention it. And even if you were robbed and you didn't sign such a good contract, you can reword it to restructure your life in
Yeah.
a different
Mm-hmm.
direction. People out there, if you ever got robbed from a record company or whatever, this or person, do not talk about it. It keeps you stuck at that place. You
Yeah.
become a bitter person. Today a girl call it the bitters. She said they're called the bitters of the industry.
Yeah.
America has it too.
Yeah.
When you see a guy coming out talking like he's spilling the tea, everyone who decides to spill tea, chances are that they're broke.
Right.
If they had money, they wouldn't do
Exactly.
it. You know what I mean? And nothing is wrong with sharing your discrepancies, but there is also a good way to do it without being enemies with
Right.
everybody. But again, your words are power. Your thoughts are
But
power. And you have
John,
to, yeah.
do you think now you and I, yeah, we know the dancehall industry very, very well.
hmm hmm
Yeah. So you think people that have like grievances or
hmm
miss whatever, they should not speak about it, you think, right?
Yeah,
They shouldn't come out in the
so the thing
public.
is how you speak about it.
Right.
So if I come out here and I hear out someone, what's the point of me doing it? I'm gonna show you up
For
and the blah
hype.
blah blah. You should also pick the phone up and say, yo, I'm vexed with your thing. I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell you straight up. You
Yeah.
should try that method
Yeah.
first. Because then when you do the public way, if a mediator is not there, you have lost that friendship or that
Yeah.
connection. And you can't be like, yo, I'm in a business, I'm gonna talk the way I feel. You can never live life like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
The baddest youngsters that I know that are still alive in the 70s, they have a way of fixing problems. You know what I mean? There's a thing that I call damage
Yes.
control. There's some damage controllers here. And people, we do get
Yeah.
emotional. But there's a way to handle discrepancies because you have to think in your mind that, let's say you're arguing with your wife and your thing in front of the children. You know what I mean? Why parents take it in the room or go
Yeah.
outside? You know what I mean? For people that do it publicly, you know what I mean? Remember, the little ones are watching. Our
Mm-hmm.
fans and people of the music are the little ones that are watching.
Yeah.
You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And it let them change the way they handle discrepancies because the way how you handled it. You know what I mean? Our culture loves clash. We actually need clashes
But not
in
too
our culture.
much. But not too
There's
much.
a level I hear Beanie Man said this thing one day on an interview, and he said, teach them. He said, listen, one thing I learned long time, you're not fight on stage. And he said that. I was like, I didn't know he
Yes.
had it in his brain.
Right.
You know what I mean? So for him, he always have it as a joke. You know what I mean? And I've seen where him and Bounty, respect Bounty, and I talk to Bounty all the time, and I've seen where they agree to
Right.
disagree, as Talib did say earlier,
Yes.
and they agree to disagree in a certain way. Because you have to remember that this artist thing, you're still a public person.
Yeah.
And you have to be careful because let's say you really say you're a bad man. Somebody cannot switch you off the stage, You just think
Right.
about that. Look at the rappers that keep get rid of them. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you have to really be logical in your brain, like, hey, you can't really kill yourself because you still have to go in the public sphere. So
Exactly.
you want to show
And
that you're
conduct
tough, you
yourself.
want to show your body, you want
Right.
to come up with the baddest this song. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? The baddest this song you want to come up with because that is how the thing go. But hitting somebody
That's a
and
no,
taking it to that next
no.
level, there's just these ways where
Yeah.
you want
Played
to
out.
leave that alone. Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned it to me. I have had a lot of songs that I've done that I didn't get paid for. You know what I
Really?
mean? No publishing. I have the
Wow.
most rhythms that I didn't get paid for in
Wow.
dancehall. Hands down. I talk to Titimus, Suku, name it. I
Mm-hmm.
have the most, but I don't talk about it. You
Right.
know what I mean? And
Yeah.
the reason why is because I understood what I was getting involved in. I
Right.
know when I meet a big belly man or a hustler, FX, want a rhythm in my that, me G. I already know what time it
Right.
is. You know what I mean? And then when the rhythm get big, and then you didn't mention this to them because people are a little bit. I push off a lot of people because of my professionalism. And
Yeah.
they call, yo, dog, what you there? And I just hang the phone up and I call back. Good night, how are you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yo, man, G,
Yeah.
you hear me? Good night, how are you? And then they change it. Yes, Mr. FX. Yes, my boss. What you
Yeah.
say? And I bring them to my place of reason and decency because I want to train them the way how they deal with me.
Professionally.
Again, relationships too. If
Yes.
you don't train your guy or your girl the way they deal with you, they deal with it
Yeah.
any old way. Imagine when you reach 30 odd years in marriage. Shut your mouth, man. You're not saying nothing. And then you said, but you used to date me before and you were so delicate 20
Right.
years ago, and you know what I mean? So is it no? That's how I deal with people. I have to train them the way I want them to deal with me. Because
Right.
I will, if I hurt someone or disrespect them, I'll try to apologize right away.
Yes.
It takes me nothing to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's the
Yes.
way how we do things. Discrepancies is okay. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Having the thing then, but when you're taking it to that level, it's like I tell Jamaicans in Jamaica, and people all over gangster stuff, like somebody's family is gonna go to a funeral.
Right.
Who's it gonna be? Yours
Or
or this one here?
theirs.
And it keep continuing. 'Cause everybody have gun, especially in
Right.
Florida here. Everybody have
Yeah.
gun. So it's who is the baddest thing. Nobody's the badder.
But
It's
that's
just who
ego.
get.
But that's
Yeah.
ego again, and ego doesn't go anywhere at the end of the day. So
I said he go where she go. He go where she go.
right. But I
Yeah.
wanna ask the Casey. So Casey, how I wanna know what made you choose to work with Nesbeth.
His mannerism.
Okay.
Yes.
When I met, most artists are a little bit cocky, you know. Trust me, I've encountered a whole lot, and I just pretend as if I don't see them because the thing is, they don't understand that most of the time, people out there, your fan, they're the one that really bring you,
Yeah.
right? Uplift you, put you on the pedestal per se, and you have to be more comely, be more humble and meek, and he was easy to talk to, and I mean, gave me the he gave me the song. Someone else had the song. I don't know what they were doing with it, and he
Oh.
trusted me. Yeah, and at first I was like, wait, I'm a newbie at this, you know.
Right.
But he trusted me, and he really motivated me. He motivated me and encouraged me. You can do this, and yeah, we did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can't, like I said, I can't take any credit. I have to give it. I call John every second.
Yeah.
It's like John. That's why it's John.
Yeah.
Where are you, John? You gotta answer.
Yeah, it's good, man. I love
So
it. And then she's skipping out a very important thing. It's a lot of big name artists were in her hands and they were actually there with her.
Yeah.
And as I said, I've learned that our people use ego as
Yeah.
confidence. Hip hop does it too.
Mm-hmm.
But true confidence is
Right.
silent. You know what I mean? I go backstage and I see certain artists and he's talking himself up. Yo, I'm the greatest ever. Yo, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna. That's nice. But then you have to learn when to chip that out. But
Yeah.
real confidence is silence. So when she chose him, there were other people on her heels, on her heels, on her heels, and I know them too.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I using this one. I was like, him? Let me talk to him. When I talk to him, every time I hear him, I was like, this guy's smoking some weed, man, because he's just always calm.
Right.
And then I found out that he don't smoke at all.
Yeah.
This is just the calming tone that it seems like he practiced this
Yeah.
tone. And it's delicate, it's welcoming. It is something that my dad used to do. You know, my father as a calm way. So, well, John, I think you should. And it's calming, even when he's upset,
Yeah.
you know. And it gets the thing through a better way. I used to akin it to a teacher. You have two levels of teachers. You have the ones that are online. Yo, let me tell you something. You got to blah, blah, blah. And you have somebody saying the same thing.
Calm.
Say, let me tell you this. It's a way that, and they say it the same exact way. And it's like like food. You still can't shove food down
Right.
somebody's throat. As food you're giving to them, you know, but you still can't shove it. They're gonna pick it
Right.
up.
So
That's why
what both
technique.
of them don't, I learned different things from both of them. So with John, I learned how even if someone in a okay, John has this way, he's very calm. It doesn't matter how irate someone get or yell or whatever, he knows how to, okay, well, let's look at it this way. So I learned, no, like seriously,
Yeah.
I change a lot because of him with that. So I learned
Wow.
that from him. And with Nesbeth, he knows how to listen.
Right.
Like listen, not to respond, but listen to understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got that from him. So from both of them, I learned a whole bunch of stuff.
Wow,
You
Yeah.
know, in
I
my
didn't even.
I'm a salesperson. I'm sales world. I'm mortgage and
Yeah.
trading. I'm into that world,
Yeah.
but them, a lot of, I mean, I learn a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I must give it to them. Like literally, I'm not just saying that. Like I learned how to listen more, because, I had that habit. I'll talk, talk, talk. But I learned how to listen and I learned how to respond better
Right.
to people, even if I don't agree with it. I learned a lot from
Yeah,
them.
man.
And I'm pretty sure, I don't know, they never really showed it. I'm pretty sure they must be annoyed with me.
No. No.
But
I,
they didn't show it, so I don't know.
what
No.
Casey might not understand. I know Nesbeth's phone is maybe way busier than mine. You know what I mean? We have people call every day with different
Yeah.
personalities. You me I try calling you now and say phone. Blah, 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 blah. And there's this every day. That's the Jamaican word. You got
Yeah.
even a hip hop phone. Yo, G, I'll be calling you. And then you have just people that are annoyingly quiet. You know what I mean? I don't want to bother you now. I don't want to bother you now. So over the years, is what do? You put a fence up and it's become this aggressive guy. What happens when you put the fence up? Like the thing that Jamaican guys do. Yo, oh, you, I'm going anything. Eventually, when you're not hot, that just fades away and people just disappear. But
Yeah.
if you keep that neutral tone, welcoming tone, if you don't want to talk to anyone, turn your phone off. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But you can't be on it and then not in the right personality. If you're an artist and you're not in the mood, you shouldn't take the shit. You shouldn't take the stage that day.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know, and this is why I recognize why artists, professional artists, take drugs. I don't agree with it. But the thing is that they're called upon 24/7.
And they can't
So if you
manage
don't have
it.
if you don't have the
Pressure.
personality to be a chameleon in any instance, the promoter don't pay you on time, you didn't get the money, but you have to go on the stage. You know what I mean? You have to know how to switch that
Yeah.
out. If that's not your thing, you maybe shouldn't be doing
Right.
music. You know what I say? Yeah. So over the years, I have curved myself. Some people call me a hypocrite. You know what I mean? And I'm like, no, it's not that
Sit
I'm a
down,
hypocrite. I just have to,
Almos,
Yeah.
big up
yeah,
yourself.
Khalid. I have to adjust myself
Yes.
to the situation I'm dealing with because I guess God chose me to do this what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he says you have the personality to deal with all these different individuals and emotions and moods and mixed up moods and attitudes. So it's something where I still take notes, you know what I mean? And then where Casey is concerned, I was telling her that this is rare to see someone come in as an executive in this time, in this temperature of music business. Streaming is very not, people don't understand it. You know what I mean? You have to
Right.
have had a hit record to have seen your checks to see what it does. Right now, this is not like back in the day where you sell a record, you make some money. No real investor don't want to get involved in music.
Right.
Their business their business manager and their accountant like, no, 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 music is bad. Music is great
Yeah.
if you do things a certain way, especially now. So
Right.
when Casey came in with this her business mind, and I showed her what I knew about it, and I recognized that with her detail, because she'll ask some crimpifying questions. That's not a word, that's a word of my dad, you know. Some questions from quite make you uncomfortable. Because normally, as a man with ego, like you're not asking me, your name, man. You're messing and go through. But think about it. If anyone in the professional world, they would ask you the same thing. So what is this? And what is publishing? And what is mechanicals? And how much is the artist supposed to get? And da 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 da. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
with those things, I'm like, I've seen my dad teach, you know, Hector Crawford, brilliant teacher. You know what I mean? Everybody in Waterhouse and Jamaica know him. And I've seen him teach Rastas, Christians, bad man, you know what I mean? Regular people, you know, and I've seen him, he has this way of teaching. I've seen it with every great person. They have this way of professionalism and delicacy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You can be aggressive, you can be stern, but delicate and loving. Stern but loving. You know what I
Right.
mean? So it's something that I've seen it, and it takes some skill, it takes some practice, also too, because you do get angry. But again, I always tell someone, as I'm a chess player, so where are we going with this?
Right.
You know what I mean? Are you just gonna just blow your top, and you know what I mean? You know, where's the aim? Do we
Right.
not want to be friends anymore? So as hurtful as you may be, or as hurt by a certain situation, you have to learn that do I say this? What's the point in saying it? To just hurt back somebody wicked, wicked,
Right.
wicked. All these artists that are feuding when they get older, chances are they may hug up on stage one day and think as they were young and stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So before you come, I don't like to say I'm sorry too many times. I don't try to make too many mistakes. You know what I
Right.
mean? For me to have to be saying that. You know what I mean? So, but nothing is wrong with saying I'm sorry either. You know?
True.
So that is the playbook. So with artists, as I said, just to leave you as a caveat, people listening, there is a correct way to
Right.
release music. I'm a producer on this project. I produce a role. KC is an executive. I know you guys maybe never heard that word before. You know what I mean? But the executives are needed in putting out music. You ask yourself, what role Clive Davis played in Puff Daddy? I mean,
Yeah.
he's an executive producer. That's the role, and they're very necessary because in today's market, we don't have anyone that is willing to put their resources behind a project.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they should be treated fairly too. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? They should get something so they could come back again. You just don't take from them. We have this culture where we just, a man called me one day and said, FX, me have somebody who want to tear a piece of food off of them.
Here.
Every time they meet, yeah, that's I get those calls a lot. I tear a piece of food. I was like, tear.
Right.
So when you tear them, you're gonna
Right.
cut them. And then what is, you know what I mean? But they're just living for us right here. They're not thinking of down the road. You
Right.
don't tear a piece of food
Right.
from somebody
Right.
that comes along. Or artists have, when I go across the world in different states and different things, I hear people say, you know, this artist was here and this artist was here and I gave them this and I gave them this and they're so ungrateful and blah, 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 because they have this thing and to take it because it's gonna run out. The life that we're living is
Yeah.
abundant. You know what I mean? Things don't run out. You know what I mean? Nothing. We're living in an abundant universe. Nothing runs out.
Exactly.
It's just that the hands might change, and the means of exchange
Yeah.
might change. You know, years ago it was the barter system. You know, what I mean, cash. You know, credit, cryptocurrencies now. You know, coming into a thing, but it's just to align yourself in the abundance of life.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it comes on what you're thinking. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
So
And it, yeah.
so Casey, so can I say that you were a little bit nervous coming into the project? Can I say that?
Um, I don't think I was nervous.
Nervous?
Whatever I put my mind to, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I think with any new territory, you got to be
Yeah.
confident. If you're going to be nervous, I think that you're not going to get the
Right.
result that you really want. So I like to win, right? It doesn't matter what field. As you can tell, I'm in
I know you.
different fields.
I know you
You
like to
know,
win. Yes.
I like to win and I
Yes.
go in hard.
Yeah.
So I like challenges, right?
Yeah.
So people like me that like challenges, I love to hear when someone said, "Hey, you can't get that done." You know, it motivates me to go further. So,
Right.
um, um, I'm not overly confident. You know, I'm teachable.
Yes.
And I ask a lot of questions. I do a lot of
Yeah.
research. And even if you tell me something, I'm still gonna do research.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? So that's me, and I'll go all out. You know, I know me, so I know what I can do and what I can't do. So, like I said, no, not nervous, not overly
Right.
confident. I think just right, having faith, my belief in God. Um, you know, think those things that are not as though they were.
Yeah.
And with that, I also know that he that is within me is greater. So, with that said, I don't rely on
Right.
myself, right?
Yeah.
So, if I'm relying on the Holy Spirit that is within me, the God that is within me, it means that I should be
Yes.
confident, you know?
Yes.
So, I'm confident in Him, not myself. Because of myself, of course, I can't do
Yeah.
anything, right? But because I'm relying on Him, yeah, I'm confident in Him, not myself.
Yes. So the formula, I think the formula in music, because even myself, as well, I have worked with several entertainers. Yes, and I choose not to work with a lot of them, and I have hold,
Riri.
and I hold back my mouth a lot of
Yeah.
times.
Yes.
But I want to tell them this is why you're not going to go to the next step in your career. This is why you're not going to go to the next step at all in life because of their egos. Some of them they're selfish. Some of them they bad mind, and bad mind, negative energy will always hold back a person 10 times
Yeah.
in life, I believe. But I want to tell them, if you stop do this and you pick up this, maybe this will work for you. But with certain people, certain
Mm-hmm.
personalities, you can't talk to them, John. You know that already
Mm-hmm.
for
Mm-hmm.
sure. In this,
Especially being a woman.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and even so, as a female myself, I've had it with a lot of men in the industry. Oh, you're a woman, you're supposed to be doing this. I'm like, no, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not. And I'm going
Mm-hmm.
to be doing this.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, step aside.
Yeah. You know that's the reason why reggae is where it's at. It's because
Exactly.
people started to pick it up. And they're like, oh my God, I love this
Yeah.
music so much. Over the years, the 90s, the 80s. And then they get to meet the people.
Right.
And they meet that disgusting attitude and it turned them off
It turns
from
them
it.
off. And that is why they say Afrobeat is winning. That is why they say other genre of music is winning, because even in hip
Mm-hmm.
hop, those two people, they will not like, they will hate each other.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to getting that bag, yeah,
They get it.
they
Yeah, they
get
play
it.
hypocrite
They
and get
get
it.
it.
You know what I mean? Yeah, and it's that's what it is. I believe that music is vibration. It's
Right.
frequencies.
Right.
People can pick it up. You can't trick them so long. They're gonna
Yeah.
pick it up in your interviews, in your demeanor.
Right.
I've seen Burna Boy in person a few times, and there's a picture on my Instagram where if you look at it, you see me talking to him, showing my phone,
Yeah.
and he's like interested, and he's like, "Yo, when I see he's a big kid, and I see the reason why he stay long, you know
Right.
what I mean? Say what you want to say about Vibes Cartel, you know what I mean? He has this way of making people feel like, he posts you on his, he share on his page, he does his thing, he's still marketing himself all the time, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? There's certain things that people do we don't agree with, but I just see
Right.
this is why they stay long. I've seen Bob Marley and Peter Tosh, I've seen a difference.
Yeah.
I've seen Peter Tosh curse on YouTube. I love Peter Tosh. I've never seen Bob Marley curse Bob Dylan
Right.
in public. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And again, there's ways to express yourself, but I've over the years and I've taken my notes. I was like, how do you survive and maintain for a long time? What's the personality you need? What's the mind state you need? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
God guides you, you will
Right.
learn everything. If you allow yourself to be led by truth, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? And stuff. You know what I
That
mean?
is true.
Yeah.
Turning the other cheek is a very important thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It sometimes you can't fight at this time. Just make it
Sometimes,
pass. You'll get your last say,
yeah,
you know?
sometimes I tell people sometimes, is my statement is crazy. Sometimes it's better if you lose an
Mhm.
argument.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so glad. I'm so
Yeah.
glad you mentioned that. This is that thing that people have to listen to.
Yeah.
Personalities come out through your words and your talking. It also makes you choose the frequency that you choose to go on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you're an egotistical person,
That's
the
right,
track
Tala.
that yeah, Talo, big up.
Yeah.
The track that's gonna make you hit you're not gonna want to be on that track because the track that is gonna be loved by the world and people, it has a different kind of sound and a frequency in it. You know what I mean? So you got angry beats, you got angry tracks, and then that thing comes out and the public hears it, and even when it's running the place, it only lasts for 3 months.
And then
You know what I mean?
yeah, and then them disappear. I'm like, oh, what happened to what
It's
happened?
super aggressive.
Yes.
I heard an Afrobeat war song. It's a war song, you know. You
Yeah.
want to bamba, you want to chill with the big boys. It's a war song. I did this album. I'm track one on this album, by the way.
Yeah.
Go your menor, big up yourself. And the song is an aggressive song, but it's still people love dancing to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it was skillfully done. Terror Fabulous and them had aggressive, who know better, show me who know feel. But
Yeah.
then it was still, you had some musical elements in
Oh,
it
she's
that you could be like, okay, KC soon come back. So
yeah.
the thing is, there is a thing where I tell you like your personality will come out on the front of your music. You can't trick the public too long. If you're a jerk, forget doing
Right.
music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because people are gonna pick up that you have this jerky personality, and they're not gonna like it. What the internet did for us, the internet gave us a thing where you can touch your fans closely. And the thing is, when a person is pushed on you, eventually it's like, I don't know. The music is good, but I don't know. That's what people start doing now.
Yeah.
Because now you have the options to choose from this wide array of things. It's not like the 60s where all you would hear was Marvin Gaye, all you hear is Reba McEntire. Now we have this wide array of indie artists that are successful. You just don't even know them. But when I
Right.
check, even with Extentation, right? His birthday was yesterday, right? The young kid that I work with, rest in peace.
Oh yeah.
The young kid. Yeah, he had this thing. He has a cult following of people that really loves him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A young guy, Ziddy, big up Butler's young kid coming up too. They have he's big on TikTok, Ziddy. And they have this thing where people, KC, all right, she said her phone battery
Oh,
gone.
phone battery
So,
dead. Okay, you have to go
yeah,
charge it and come back,
yeah.
Casey.
So there is people that really, they engage with you genuinely because your fans, they get a sense of that they can relate, the relatability to it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know we come off with the bad man persona and the this and the that and that, but there comes a time when you lose your fans. Yo, big up
Right.
Heathcliff. You know what I mean? There's a time when we lose that connection with our people. And the thing is, your music, you are a front man. I tell people that come from the area, I say, come in Waters, come Tivoli, come where you're really the front man that the neighborhood is looking forward to. You know, your friends them say, yo, what's the Jeep on TV? I'm the dog, that you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they get so excited. But when you dip yourself in their street corner life still, you stay there too long and you don't make yourself palatable for the world. And guess what? Them themselves come and rob you and kill you
Yeah.
too. You see?
Ah. Right.
So that's a key thing where
Yeah.
I've seen when you become any kind of success, it's not that you're not gonna hang out in the streets anymore, but it doesn't match anymore. You don't match
Right.
that frequency anymore. You've now evolved. You know what I mean? So you can never be a street gangster artist after a while. You know, it's what happened to Tupac and Biggie and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I believe Tupac could have left that feud and stayed in like poetic justice and wears glasses and be the intellect that I know he is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think he maybe, I don't know anything about life in that kind of way, but I think maybe he would have given himself some more chances to be around still. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So it's just a way that I could see where, what are you doing with your music? We can't be upset. You know what I mean? Afrobeat again, people. If you listen to Afrobeat, it's a lot of major chords. If
Mm.
I tell you, say I love you, it's more major chords. Our chords are dark. You know what I
Right.
mean? Our chords are all
Yeah.
minor chords. You know what I mean? Our drum patterns are dark. So we can make our songs are wicked gangster songs. They're nice and everything. But
But
then I'm like,
them
okay,
get boring
yeah.
sometimes.
I'm like, but there's some people. Jamaica, 90% of people are decent people. Three-quarter Jamaican are Christian based.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they love them bad man tune, but guess what? They still love them berries too. So
Right.
you can't play a party without having some culture, some early warm and thing. They don't stay in it long because they talk over it,
Yeah.
but it's still a part of people that come to party. Everybody
Yeah.
wants it. You know what I mean? So then the artists know are just making one set of songs. I call it the 3G. You say 3G in the music, girl, gun, ganja, or
Right.
whatever, and then scamming or something like that. And it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, when you do this now, you know what I mean? Where are we going with the international world? I remember when Shabaran said the big street records there. I'm not going to put a show, no powder. But he also had the Mr. Lover Shabba.
Right.
We had
Mix it
those
up.
commercial records, yeah. Beanie Man, same thing. Bounty Killer, the No Doubt, and the thing. And I look at these artists as like, when they do work with international artists, I know that they're saying that they want to be real to themselves. Like, it might be real to the streets now, but then you got this platform. Do 2 records then.
Right.
If you're gonna work with Nicki Minaj and whatever, just do a full commercial record and then do a street thing. Because I know maybe you wanna keep that street thing going on. You know what I mean? But after you've matured, you're like,
That
in Andre
boring.
3000
Right.
drop an album. Andre said he don't know how to make hip hop today because he's like in his 40s and stuff like that. So it gave me a little bit too intelligent. Jay-Z's last 444 album again was mixed by Jimmy Douglas, the same guy that mixed Nesbeth song.
Oh, okay.
The album was, if you listen to it, it's talking about selling, buying paintings and doing investments. And so Jay-Z's trying to do, and then the streets is like, I ain't feeling that because he's becoming a little bit more
Right.
thing. But at least he did it.
Yes.
He did the street stuff already.
Yeah.
So it's a thing now where, who are you marketing this music for? You know what I mean? Just the little 3-month people around the corner that's still not going to stream it.
Yeah.
They're not going to buy it. They don't even have the money
Right.
to buy it. You know what I mean? And stream it and whatever. So the thing is, this is something where we have to pay attention to that. And people, I'm here. You know what I mean? You could send me records, I could go through it. You know what I mean? Kerryann is here. You can get to me. Bring it. Let me walk through it and say, hey, tell you what. Send the rhythms, send the acapella, make over the rhythm.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because most of the rhythms, the tracks are too dark. And they have no element of reggae in them.
Right.
Either.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And
So it's a,
and
yeah.
even I myself, talking about reggae, the dancehall music that's going on in Jamaica, I always like to ask the artists, where do you want to take your music?
Mhm.
Where do you want to take your career next? Do you want to stay in this in the Jamaican mentality of, okay, we're gonna sing about you know,
Gal gun.
yeah, you said it.
Yeah.
You
Gal
said
gun
it,
and
John.
gotcha.
Do you
3G.
wanna do you wanna sing about the street all the time, or do you wanna sing songs that can take you to Europe, to Canada, to America, where
Yeah.
anybody can listen to your music, where your song can even go on the Billboard chart?
Mhm.
Or do you wanna stay
Yeah.
stuck singing about those type of
Yeah. As I said, the guys who were gangsters back in the day, I've seen where Beanie Man and them had gangster song, and then he also had Sim Simmer. I've
exactly?
seen where Bounty Killer had the K to the A, from the K to the A, and he also had the Hey Baby, hey, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's something where if you're not willing to adjust yourself to your thing, you get a record with Ed Sheeran, what are you going to sing? You know what I mean?
Right.
And then the
Yeah.
thing is, even when you have records like that, they'll say, oh, that sounds like a good record. They'll reach out to you, you know what I mean? Because like you said, we saw him dancing to, I think it was maybe Ding Dong or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was dancing. I remember the song he was dancing. It was a big song he was dancing to around a pool table. You know what I mean? And it's something where you want to make yourself the best version of you.
Yeah.
So it's why I wear a suit, you know.
That's why you wear suits?
It's the reason why I wear a suit. I used to wear I used to have locks, you know, by the way.
Oh.
I used to have locks. My brother used to say my friend to my page, the locks and the bracelets, my brother, almost like we're twins, you
Yeah.
know. And I grew up around that. Half pint is who used to drop me back and forth to school and at studios and things. So I grew up in that. But when I used to have my locks and I'm driving, I'm talking like years ago when locks wasn't even in style, like 20 years ago. So
Right.
when I'm driving, especially here in the US, I get pulled over by police like 4 or 5 times a day.
Wow.
You know what I mean? When I go to try to get a bank loan,
They're not giving
I
them.
just couldn't get it. And I know there's people that I knew, like investors, that say, "Oh, John, you look like Lenny Kravitz. You look like just a wild guy, you know what I mean? You don't look like you're taking anything seriously."
Right.
And then I was like, wow, what's the best version of me? You know what I mean? Steven, yeah, 876 Queen. Go hug up Steven for me. That's my brother, Steven, she's talking
Oh,
about.
okay.
So the thing is, the I wanted to figure out why I keep getting this resistance. You know what I mean? Because I have to explain my locks to people all the time. What is my identity as a black man? Da, 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 da. And nothing is wrong with keeping the identity, but I recognize that, all right, my brother have locks. Let me be the front man, so I can go get this thing
Yeah.
to take care of the family and everybody that needs the stuff. So then when I start wearing the suits, no, the suits, I tried to get a bank loan before. When I changed and started wearing the suit, I got the loans. I
See?
got all the things. I went to the
Yeah.
same bank, you know. I went to the same bank. Sometimes I changed the branch, and then I had a style that I would do. I would beg a driver to open my door for me. I'll get somebody
Yes.
to, I can rent a car, or so, and then they'll come and back then it was rent a car. open the door for me at the bank. I make an appointment with my white guy voice. Oh yes, it's John Crawford. I want to make an appointment for a thing, you know. And I go there and I says, and I speak like that.
Yeah.
So I know that they're looking forward to somebody that is in this way. And then I go there, I walk in, he opens the door, I go in, and they're like, "Are you Mr. Crawford? I thought you were white." You know what I mean? I say, "Yeah, it's me." So what it is I tell people that the version of music you make have to be the best form
Yes.
of you. You know what I mean? For people that are singers, I'm like, "Yo, you're a singer. Do some dancehall trap. Great, great, great. But you have to do some one drop.
Mm-hmm.
You can't waste a voice like that what
Right.
God give you. You know what I mean? You have to do some one drop because there's a world of people that just love this thing. Chance it. You know what I mean? In some kind of way. Forget even one drop. Do some chord progression music. If you don't want to do that, try R&B, try something else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you have to let people hear who you are for real. And again, intelligibility. A lot of us never really completed school, and it's not an excuse for the lyrics that you write that don't make sense. Because I figure that people keep trying to think that they have to curse to bring over sexual records and so. There's skillful ways to
Yeah.
do sexual records. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't know. I want to give you some good love. That's like an explicit song back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
When people like my dad heard things like that. Oh, no, that is secular music, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
Damsel, here I am. Come rub it on my belly and guava jelly. That's a big love song.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Turn your lights down low. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there is a skillful ways on how to sing these songs. You know what I mean? I know dancehall culture gotta be raw, it gotta be raunchy. But after you done raunchy, in your catalog of music, you got to have some palatable songs for the
Right.
world. Some songs with suit on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the reason why I mentioned the suit, a lot of the time, if you listen to So Much Trouble in the World, woo, Bob Marley, so much trouble in the world. Those keyboards were
What?
played in England. A lot of
What?
people don't know these. Those were
Oh.
overdubs that Chris Blackwell did. He put a suit on the t-shirt of the song,
Oh.
basically. So what he did, he made them internationally. For Concrete Jungle, the guitar.
Yeah.
If you watch, people go and watch your old Grey Whistle test on YouTube right now. You see where Peter the Shamboni Wailer and the band's waiting for the guitars to finish play. Tum 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 tum. No sun will shine. They came in at that point because those
Oh.
guitars were played by a blues guitarist that Bob actually put on tour with him too. You know what I
Wow.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And this was an American. You know what I mean? Alan Anderson and these guys are Americans who were a part of the band. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's something where I could see also in Chris Blackwell's way where he was sprinkling that international sound to make it palatable to the
Yeah.
world. So when I hear these rhythms come out, and I'm like, what's gonna be in it that's gonna grab the other side of the world?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Big up chaos. You know what I mean? Those are the things that you have to put in
Yeah.
it for the element for it to go to the next side of the world.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because remember again, when you win, your entire community wins.
Yes.
See Popcorn cleaning up the place and doing his thing.
Listen, big up
I
to
mean,
Popcorn. Big up
yeah,
to
man.
Popcorn
Big up,
because
big up, big up.
listen, he's doing
Clean,
a lot of
yeah,
stuff. He's doing a lot of stuff
cleaning
in the
up the
community.
place and
Yes.
doing his thing. You know what I mean? Big up Chevy. And the thing is, why you do it in this way? Because he has results.
Yeah.
And imagine him getting a 10-time platinum record or a big international record, a
Yeah.
bigger one, you know what I mean? Or bigger ones. Then you'll be able to do more, you know what I mean? So in my mind, I don't worry about I've seen what having a Jamaican hit does for you. If you're an artist, it makes you do more dub plate and more shows. But that's it. And then what I love the fact that Burna Boy getting $1 million a show. Because a reggae artist never got that. He's
Yeah.
getting 1.5 so far.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A reggae artist never got that. And the reason why a reggae artist never got it is because when an artist is coming up, the first things start happening, they don't want to lose the street. You know what I mean? So when they charge a price, chances are people might not afford it, but people will pay it elsewhere.
Yeah.
They say, yo, me know, if I link to the dog, you know, you link him, man. And then the link come and it's like, yo, bro, and that you have a charge for sure. But he might even try to fit the
Yeah.
street. You bring your price down. That's one of the reasons why I stopped selling tracks in it. You know what I mean?
Oh.
What I used to
Yeah.
do, I used to tell people to give me what they have. I said, give me what you have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when they give me what they have, or people have a way of getting disrespectful when they think that it's needed, why you bring your stuff down. I didn't want to run anyone away. I said, give me what you have. You know what I mean? Warner Brothers paid me up close more than 100,000 for a track.
Yeah.
US. You know what I mean?
What?
Yeah, that's what I get, more than that for a
Wow.
track.
You see?
So a guy in the street, it's hard for him to even find
Yeah.
$500. I know this. You know what I mean? So I said, well, give me what you have. But when I tell them to give me what they have, guess
Wow.
what they do me? Say, no, so I'm gonna give you boy FX. One thing, wait. And it bring me down. I was like, man, I didn't do it for that. But it's just their way of bringing, because our culture have a way
Right.
of bringing it down. If
Yeah.
somebody says, I know Kerryannbrown. Yo, I know Kerryannbrown. I don't know how she's around there, someone with blah, 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 blah. And it's just to bring it down, to show
Right.
familiarity. So it's also that new schooling of mental
Right.
state what to help with, you know what I mean? That you don't want to bring your people down. So because of that, I really deal with them. I give them a track, take the files, go on with
Yeah.
the business. You know what I mean? And I give them the track because I don't want to deal
Right.
in that lower level
Negative.
of thing.
Negative.
Yeah. And again, having one of those street hit records for a producer, you hear the producers talk about all the time that they never really get anything from certain things because our world, our hits in reggae, like Toast is 120 something, 100 and something million on Spotify.
Yeah.
That is just under like a little bit above maybe 300, 400,000, 300,000, $400,000 US.
Oh.
And that has to be split. I remember this is overtime. That's just
Yeah.
split amongst producers and
With a
writers
whole
and record labels and stuff.
bunch of people.
So it's not even a million US dollars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's call it 500,000. And let's say the producer get, whatever. It's just, and you're not getting it all at once. You're getting it each time the record doing its thing. So you maybe feel out of the entire tenure of the record, 2019 release, you maybe feel a 500,000, but you don't feel it. You
Right.
get 30 grand here, 40 grand here, right. Know what I mean? So I've had privilege of having multi-platinum records. I have Armstrong in Extentation, more than 500 million on Spotify, Little Pump, and billions and some things. And I've seen where you're not even careful with that. That can go too.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I tell people to aim very, very high. You know what I mean? And perfect example, I've seen Omi had that cheerleader record, a reggae version. When you need just motivation, they turned the record over to Ultra Records. They got a remix. Ba, 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 ba. When I need motivation.
Oh yeah.
More than 6 times platinum. Yeah. The Omi from Jamaica, he's the guy, you know.
Okay.
His team with Specialists and Dylan and them, they had this record. And the record, I saw him in the bus with Taylor Swift. He tapped her on the Hot 100 like 6 weeks in a row till she ended up to become his friend. And I was like, well, this is a Jamaican guy. But I guess he was a police officer in Jamaica too.
Oh
He's a
wow.
street guy. Yeah. So it's something where I've seen it done. It's not like it's never been done. It's just that it's not consistent because, again, it takes a certain mind state for it to be done. I would love to see a guy that's a street guy also having a commercial record.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Imagine the skill of that. You know what I mean? Shabba had them, the Beanie Man had them, you know what I mean? And I've seen that. That's skillful.
Yeah.
That's what I would suggest in the world of the Jamaican world. I give them a challenge. Get rid of the 3 G's in your song. Girl, gun, ganja,
Yes, please.
sadness, and things. Give me another record.
Yeah.
I don't know you have a bunch of that. Let me hear another record. And that's a challenge
Right.
that I would love to see. But I'm gonna do it.
This year,
Yeah, personally.
in this year 2020, I wanted to do it. Yes.
Yeah, I have to do it. So I'm going to start a challenge after the seminar. I'm like, send me some vocals and send me some stuff. And I'm going to make fully commercial sound. I'm talking reggae night sounding thing. Reggae night.
Yeah.
Like real watered down thing. I know it maybe will never play in Jamaica. But I don't care about that. I want you to get a hit in the big world so you can take care of your community and the ground.
Yes, exactly.
You know what I mean? Because the hits in Jamaica, the biggest hit in Jamaica will not let you buy a house cash. That's just the fact.
True.
You know what I mean? You could get in your peak stage, like every artist out there, super hot, they'll maybe get 50 grand US. But you're not gonna get that 10 times. You know what I mean? Bless up Omari. You're gonna maybe get a guy in Florida to pay you that, in Miami here, and a little man in DC, and a bridge in Atlanta, and that's it. You know what I mean? Because Europe not gonna pay you. Because Europe still not burning spear. And they love the tire.
Listen, his album did excellent. The first I think it was the first day or the first week. Yes, it went number one, Burning Spear, and he's over 80 years old now.
Yeah, man. Big man.
Yes,
And he's
yes,
one of the longest touring
yes,
guys. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I remember Bob Marley used to tell his children. You know what I mean? I remember when he used to let his children burn spirit sing for the
Yeah,
children. It was Steve and them on them little bits, stories about that,
yeah.
So it's something that he's fully touring all the time, what I mean? And I bless him that he have more life and he can continue. I look at his statement about the Grammys in the Observer. You know what he
What?
said at his nomination this year?
What?
He has 2 Grammys already. He says, whether I win or not, I'm grateful. You know what I mean? That's what he says. Whether he wins or not, he's
Yes.
grateful for whatever he gets. I was like, wow, for a big man like that to even say that, I was
Humble.
like, wow, that shows why he's so
Yeah.
sustainable. So again, with people, we got to remember that there is worlds. If I'm a reggae artist, which that's why I put up the vintage reggae album. I was like, this is a vintage 60s, 50s album. I just did Cartel on the
Yes.
pole. You know what I mean? Full dancer. Yeah, look at the Cartel song, John FX, Five Cartel feature John FX on the pole. It's the track on the Russian and the
Oh,
rhythm. But I
yeah, on
made
Russian.
I made a version. I made a John FX version of it, a reggaeton version. And Cartel shot a music video for it.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
okay.
So remember, I'm doing vintage reggae, but I'm also doing the street thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it can be
Yes.
done. You know what I mean? And it should
Yeah.
be done. You know what I mean? Go back to school with your records. And again, I know it's going to be hard because it's a learning curve,
Yeah.
but people, I am here. You know what I mean? When I look at our artists in the world, like they're doing well now, and I look at them and I'm like, do you guys have a thinker at your record label? Do you guys have a musicologist in your camp that's smoking NESBETH and drinking whatever with you guys? You don't have a musicologist, a person say, yo, my G, so you're singing a F sharp minor. If you maybe make some rhythm in a F sharp minor, you know what I mean? They
Right.
don't really have this around. It's just yes man, ego guys and stuff like that. So we don't have any
Right.
musicologists around or A&Rs in the camp. Suggestions of art. Let's drop this record at this time. Strategic ways of doing things. We need that in reggae music, and that's why I'm doing the seminar. You
Yes.
know what I mean? To just introduce what labels have. You're going up against a company that have 2, 3, 4, 5 A&R, marketing team, budget team, placement, this, that, and you're coming with your brand new, your own brain of stuff,
Yeah.
and then you're upset when you don't enter the billboard, you don't enter the this, these people are working with strategies for
Yeah.
years. You know what I mean? So it's this years of strategies I put together in this little mind of mine, and I decided I'm gonna impart it with people and their records. And again, someone asked me a question about releasing records without money. Yeah, man. Always remember everything can be
Right.
bartered. I'll talk more about it later
Yeah.
on. And there's things that you can get your mixes done without barter. But just know that your song is 100%. You got to share some part of the
Yes.
song. You know what I mean? You link 10 engineer and you're like, bro, I have no money, but I'll give you 10% of my song, 5% of my song. Maybe 10 people might not say yes, but maybe 2 might say yes.
Right.
I'm talking big engineers, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, that you've seen. Go look at credits. And Tidal have a thing called credits now. Like back in the day, you can go on Tidal, you can look at album credits, song credits. You can look at the person that mixed
Yeah.
toast. You know what I mean? I can call the names. Dre Day, mixed toast. Message him. You know what I mean? Nico, that's on the live here. Nico
Yeah.
mixed the Soldier album and a bunch of other albums and the Marleys and the this, and he mixed Etana for me
Oh,
recently. The same Nico that one and the Soldier. He's here on the live. You hit
oh,
him up.
okay.
Yo, Nico, blah, how much you charge? Blah, blah, blah. They're here. There's Red Boom that mix the Cartel stuff. Red Boom is like the best, you know what I mean? He will work with you with the price. You know what I mean? And he's in Jamaica.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's Banzai. They're around, you know what I mean? Go do your research. That's all I've done over the years.
Yeah.
I've researched people and I've called them and I've asked them how much you charge, how much you this. I'm like, okay, I don't have any money. Will you work on something with me? And they
Right.
might say, nah, I don't want to do it. But they might say yes. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
never know. But don't be afraid to be told no. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's the story of the KFC man, right? I thought he wasn't real enough.
Who?
You know what I mean? I went
The
to
kids.
KFC for some water this week. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
didn't think that Colonel guy was real. I thought it's something that they draw, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? A white beard. But I seen him at Disney. And I seen him at the mansion.
Hmm.
And I seen him like in the 20s and whenever he was alive. Black and white
Yeah.
pictures. I was like, but then I remember his story. He got like 400 no's. I remember he got his break in his 60s, you
Yeah.
know. Colonel Sanders got his break in his 60s. So all through his 40s, it was a no. So this 50s was a no, and he just had this formula. People thought it was ridiculous. You know what I
And look
mean?
now.
So again, if your ego, again, we're Jamaicans, we're proud, we're black people, we're everything, we have a pride with us. But nothing is wrong in being told no.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It should actually make you drive to move stronger. That's what KACEY said.
Yes.
When she gets a no, she go harder, she go harder, she go harder. Yeah, man. So,
Yeah.
guys, I'm going to keep
Yeah.
talking all night. Go
So,
get the song, Who's the
yeah.
Man? You know what I mean? All in KACEY's label, produced by John FX, mixed by Jimmy Douglas, NESBETH artist on the top of it. You know what I mean? Great song. Go check it out, guys. And let's do some more
Yeah.
work. You know,
And I
Kerry,
want
nice
to
for having me here.
nice having you here, and I look forward to your seminars, and I look
Mhm.
forward to the book. I want you to write the book. You hear me, John
Mhm.
FX?
Yes, yes,
I
yes.
want you to write the book because, as I said before, there's a lot of people in music that I have worked with and
Mhm.
want to work with, but I don't because of their
Mhm.
personality.
Kerry, you have the
So
song on
I have
hand? Can play it?
I have the
Play it.
song and I have the cover.
Play it, let them hear
I
it.
have the
Yeah, see if you can play it when you
the
finish, you
Who's the
know?
Man?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
if you
did
can play
play
it.
it when NESBETH exit out. So for
Yeah,
copyright reasons, I will play it at the end.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
man. When you get that chance. Yes, 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 yes.
yeah.
So
So
yeah.
I
Yeah, man,
want to know. I want
we'll
to
do it.
know where do you see Who's the Man going from now? Tell us.
So, when I started working, when I worked with Egyptian, and he had the big hit, you know, which was actually produced by Ricky Blaze, and when he had that big hit, I was like, I didn't think that song was gonna be a big hit.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So when I work with people like Jimmy and Nico and these big engineers, they'll tell you that a song is gonna be big, but they don't get too excited about
right,
it. So I have this thing where it's like hitting a lotto or something like that. I leave myself to be a child again. You
right.
know what I mean? And just I hope for the best for it, but I just watch it to see. I see it doing great things, but I want to see what it does on its own
It's
because I
gonna do
believe
great things. It's
yeah, it will.
gonna do great
I've
things.
seen records. I consider them children.
Yeah,
People come together and make them. So I want to see it grow on its own. I know it's
yeah,
gonna do great. It's just that I like to leave it in the ear of the
yeah,
people to
yeah.
see. But I know it's gonna do very well. You know what I
Yes,
mean? That's what I
and
know. You know, but there's an innocence and there's an overcompensation that I try not to do because I see it in
yeah.
studios. The guy, yeah man, it's like a run the early enough. You want the boy then hear this. I was like, let's see what
Yeah,
it does. You know
right.
what I
Let's
mean?
see how it
So that's the
does.
personality I'm trying to take
Yeah,
to see, yeah, where the record goes.
but I
Now, Who's
wanna
the Man? Nesbeth, guys, check it out.
yes,
Yeah.
and I wanna just say Nesbitt is a very humble artist,
Mm-hmm.
very humble,
Yeah,
and
man.
Casey as well too. So
Mm-hmm.
I see the song going beyond a lot of people
Yeah.
expectation, and the
That's good.
people them that used to say no, they're all
Mm-hmm.
going to say yes
Mm-hmm.
now.
Yeah.
And as I
Yeah.
said
Yeah.
before, we put God before all things,
Yes.
and we put it out there in the universe, positive vibe. Because listen, me personal, I am tired of all the negative people. I
Yeah.
am tired of all the negativity in this world. So
Mm-hmm.
therefore, in order to change the world, I have to first change with myself,
Yes.
which
Yes.
is I have to start thinking positive
Mm-hmm.
and also radiating positivity to people. So we said for 2024, positive vibes, positive movements,
Mm-hmm.
positive work ethics. And if nobody is not on that positive train, please stay away from me, please.
You're out.
Yes,
We don't make up. Big up
yeah.
yourself. Yeah, man.
But
It is something where we have done the negative thinking, and
yes,
where has it brought us? Where has
yeah.
it brought us, really? Try
Right.
something else. You
Exactly.
know what I
Think
mean?
outside of the box. And it's
Yeah.
okay to think outside of the box, guys. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
you never
Yeah.
know. I'm telling you, you never know.
Yeah.
Just tweak this down,
Little
or you know
adjustments.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Yeah.
then see how it go, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I tell them, oh, there's a guy named Dion. I forget his mention his name. I just did a record with him,
Yeah.
right? So he had this song that he's gonna put out, right? Beg You Some. And he gave me the vocal for I just asked him, he mixed it already, the record is done and his
Yeah.
video was shot already. I said, send it to me, let me try it. You know what I mean? So he gave me the record. I made 5 versions
Wow.
of the song. I
Wow.
mean, EDM, a dance, retro dancehall,
Yeah.
I'm a piano and a hip hop. 4 versions of
Wow.
it I made. And he
Already.
changed his single, you know. I didn't do it for him to change the single. But then when he listened to it, he recognized that maybe this is the version of the song that I need. And that's why I try to keep the ego
Right.
in the corner so I can be able to work with anybody, whether their name is big or not. Because we're seeking to find the
Right.
song. You know what I mean? We're
Yes.
trying to find the hit.
Yeah.
And if I have to try again, I have to go back to the drawing board. When I was working KACEY and NESBETH, like your FX, the choir, we gotta move the choir in the front. Can you move that? Could you play some phrases? Can we tweak the files? And that's the method that you have to be able to be
Right.
malleable, to be molded in the business. And if that's the personality you don't have, maybe the music is not for you.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And nothing bad with it. You maybe could write for other people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you have to be willing to adjust because I believe everyone has a hit song in them.
Yes.
You
It's
know what I mean?
just to find,
Yeah,
put together,
the necessary
and make it work. And make
tools.
it work. Why not?
My battery going down too.
Okay, so
I can feel it.
thank you, John FX, for
Susan.
joining. Guys, Who's the Man is out. We're gonna play a little snippet of it, but if you see the YouTube version of this video, it's gonna be not in there. But I
Yeah,
want to say
man.
thank you for an awesome interview. KACEY can come on next if she's still here.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, but NESBETH, we need more NESBETH in dancehall and reggae music.
Mhm.
We need more artists like NESBETH in the world because there's so
Mhm.
much going on in the world. And as some of the people that came on when he was on, and they said, so your song, I listened to your song and I was feeling down. And once I listened to your song, I just feel
Yeah.
motivated to just get up and just go and do
Yeah.
better in life.
Mhm.
And that is what we want because people is going through so much in life, since COVID, whatever is getting worse.
Mhm.
But we need positive, we need to see some positive light, some positive music. You
Yes.
understand that? We say, me don't want to go to me don't want to do nothing today and you play, Who's the Man. Oh, I'm gonna get up right now.
Mhm.
You know
Yeah, man.
what I'm
Energize you.
saying? So that's the type
Yes,
of
yes, yes.
energy, that's the type of entertainers them that we need to see in 2024. So
Mhm.
big up to Nesbeth, big up to you, John FX, yeah, and KXN Records, big up to the entire team. And I look forward to the music video that's gonna be releasing soon.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Yes, yes, yes.
so I want to thank you again for joining.
Yeah, man. I thank you for having me
Yes.
here, guys. All the listeners. I hope you got something from it. John FX here. The Quiz the Man. Check it out. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
and don't
Out right
forget,
now.
guys. If you want to know fashion, you men out there, go over to John FX page. Yes, the man always. Sometimes I'm like, yo, what outfit John FX have on today now? And I look on your page and say, yeah, yeah, there it is.
I try, I think, you know what I
Of
mean?
course,
I try, I used to see the guys in the 60s, they all wear suits every day. Rich guys, poor people, just wear suits every day.
exactly.
I was like, wow,
And the
that's
hat.
a
Don't
nice
forget the
thing.
hat.
And the hat,
Yes,
and the three keys, and the bunny lots, and the tie, and this was a daily attire, you know
yes,
what I mean? And one of the next thing, I talk a lot tonight,
that's
but I'm
fine.
just going to say, you know, one of the things I recognize is when you make an effort to put your clothes on, it also makes your mind make an effort
Yes,
to do things. You know, it makes effort to talk to people and effort to drive properly. You know what I mean? But when you just drag something on, I remember one day I drag on a joggers and I went out and a girl touched the front of my car. You know what I mean? It's the first time happened to me. It was years ago. I was like, man, I'm not doing that again because I didn't calculate my brain properly.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So I recognize the way when you pass the mirror, you gotta like the person you see.
yes,
You know what I mean? Because what means people see it. You know what I mean? I don't have problems with police officers nowhere, ever, never.
right.
And I think, because in their brain, that they think I'm a liar or a pastor,
Yeah,
something like that. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But they just don't see me as the regular guy with the pants sagging and the t-shirt and the stuff. And nothing is wrong with wearing a certain kind of clothes, but if you want to be treated a certain way, you got to remember how you're being viewed, especially as a black
right.
man. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
Yeah,
it's still that's another challenge for another day.
yeah. That's
Blocking mind
yeah.
is a big challenge right
True,
now.
true.
So guys, thanks for having me here again,
Thank you for
Kerry Ann, Mr. Kerryannbrown.
coming. Thank you, and
Thank
I
you,
look
and
forward to your seminars. And guys, don't forget,
Who's the
Who's the Man
Man?
is
Nesbeth
out.
coming on
Yeah,
KC label. And this
and
will
I look
happen.
forward to the
Yes.
music video. Do you have any idea when the music video gonna be released?
I think Casey will know the
Okay.
tentative date, but it should be very, very soon.
Okay.
You know what I mean? She just texted me about it. I just hear in the chat. Yeah, but it
Okay.
should be good. No, it should be good.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
That is
All right. Thank
awesome.
you.
Thank you
God
for
bless you all.
coming, and we'll talk more. You know,
Yeah.
whenever
All
you
right.
start your
Yes,
seminars.
yes. I'll post it up the date and time and stuff.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Take care.
Okay.
Yes, yes. All right.
So, guys, that was John FX, the producer for Who's the Man Nesbeth song. So we're gonna see if within 2 weeks, Casey said, okay, good. So within 2 weeks, let us see if Casey want to come on to close it out. We've been on for 2 hours. Oh, she gone. Okay. She said, have a good night. Okay. Yeah, guys. So there you go. Huh? So there you go, guys. Who's the Man is out on all platforms. Your favorite platform is on there. Get it. Get your copy today. Let's run the numbers up, right? And let us stay positive. Somebody's gonna be on the live. I don't know who it is, but okay. Let me see. No. Yeah, so Who's the Man is out. Big up to Nesbeth. Big up to John FX. Big up to KC, KXN Records. Guys, so I'm going to end it right now. And thank you guys for joining. Yeah, have a blessed day and keep your mindset positive and your action positive in order to get positive blessings in return. Big up to everybody. This video will be on YouTube sometime between tonight and tomorrow in various parts. Okay, so thank you guys for an awesome premiere. Big up to Nesbeth again for all his positive music. And do remember, guys, July 7th, 2024, this summer, I'm going to be keeping my KBMP Sip and Paint event in New York. So if you guys are going to be in the New York area, please come on out to KBMP Sip and Paint. We're going to be in the park painting with a live painter, a teacher. She's going to come and teach us how to paint in the park in New York City here. So look out for that. Also, remember to shop our merch, KBMP Clothing. Follow us on social media, KBMP Clothing. Shop the merch at www.kerryannbrownmusicpromotions.com. Also follow my edibles page, KBMP Edibles. Big up to KBMP Clothing on the live. She posted the Instagram page at KBMP Clothing and also KBMP Edibles. Big up to all those that are here that tune in tonight. And I want to say, go and get your copy of Who's the Man, yeah, by Nesbeth. It is now out on all platforms. For his interviews, his bookings, you can link the artist or link KXN Records, John FX or myself, Kerryannbrown. Follow us on all social media, guys. And look out for the next episode of Let's Chat with Kerryannbrown, right? Yeah. Big ups to everybody. Good night. Thank you, guys.